The text message is simple. If you're planning on coming home, now's the time. I struggle to breathe, rein in the broken dam that has erupted inside me, feel it later. I attempt to convince my body. I rationalize. 93 years is a long time to fight. There is still time to say goodbye. I pass the threshold of my home and I am on my knees wondering how I got there. I whisper secrets into walls who do not dare to catch the crumbling mass I have turned into. Time and tears pass. Before the song reaches my lips, the only thing that seems to stifle my sadness. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore trees. Dream a little dream of me. How do I grieve a woman that I do not know? I do not know her girlhood, if she feared monsters creeping outside her window, or if make-believe paled in comparison to the real ones in her life. Did she ever jolt with such joy, her head thrown back, laughter ringing in the air, carefree and beautiful, like my mother? I do not know if she ever snuck kisses with her best friend, or neighbor from across the way, tentative and awkward. Did she sit in classrooms daydreaming of escape routes lined with money and a better life? I know little of her womanhood. How did she feel when his eyes landed on hers? Did she see moonlight and obligation, or butterflies and tradition? I know that he rained his fist down on her, bruising her with such intensity that generations later there are still parts of me that ache when I press down too hard. She birthed 6 children who survived, and I do not know the kind of strength it took to raise them, while fighting for her life against poverty, against him, against exhaustion. What were her dreams before she realized she needed new ones? Say nighty-night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. While I'm alone and blue as can be, dream a little dream of me. I feel the distance. Not the 300 kilometers I've spent away from her for most of my adulthood, nor the canyon of provinces separating us these days. I feel the distance of wanting answers to questions I can never ask. How many soldiers did you watch die before your tears dried? What song played at your first dance? Who makes you laugh when no one else can? How did you experience this land, decades before me, before racism was shrouded in politeness? Do you see yourself in me? Are you proud? I hold her hand as her breathing becomes labored, and I do not know how I can simultaneously feel the furthest and closest to her that I have ever felt. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. I long to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. She's no longer gripping my hand. Her struggle for breath has ended. The only sound left in the room is the wailing of my aunties, the soft sobs of my cousins and my sister, the loud silence of the men in my family who have never been taught to cry. I threaten a God I have no business speaking to. There better be coffee and family at the gates when she gets there, I whisper. I do not know how to say goodbye to a woman who has spawned 3 generations of laughter and loyalty, of family gatherings and talking too much, of gossip and anger and love without conditions. But I must. So I do. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. And in your dreams, whatever they be, dream